Hey, you to the tube, what is up? Good to see you. Today we're gonna talk about something that we all go through at some time, and that is losing someone you love, losing friends, family, or animal. It can be equally as tough. And this video is about me offering you a way or think about loss that will make it much easier to comprehend, make you find a smile through the tears, like easier to grieve, still stand on your own feet and not dig yourself down, because I've seen a lot of people losing someone very close and they stop living their life and they are in a state of not really being themselves. And there always a grief time, of course, but I promise you, this way of looking at it and thinking will make every loss much easier. You feel better through the hard times, and we all go through it at one point. So if you are going through it right now, or you know you're gonna lose somebody, or we all know we're gonna lose someone at some point, this could be a beneficial totem of path of thoughts for all of us. So I'm gonna share with you a couple of stories that would kind of understate what I'm saying, and after that I'm gonna tell you just how to look at it and how to deal with it all. So follow along, okay? First I'm gonna say, when you lose somebody, you're not really losing them, and that they are dying, it's also kind of an illusion. Stay with me, okay? Let me explain. At least hear me out, okay? Some of you know this or are familiar with this, and other people, maybe you think this, no, that's some bullshit. But let me at least explain, okay? I will start with this one story, right? There was a kid, and he was growing up, I think it was in Syria. This is a story I read online sometime. I'm gonna take two stories and then I'm gonna explain why I chose those stories, okay? So, there was a guy that was killed by this other guy, okay? He was hacked to the head with an axe, something like that. And the murderer probably dig him down somewhere, and nobody ever knew where the guy or the body was. So it was like an unsolved mystery. And then there was this kid that was born, that was growing up, and when he started to speak, to his parents, family, he started to say that he remembered somebody killed him. He remembered that this happened in the neighbor town, and that it was a guy with an axe. He knows where he is buried, and he knows who killed him. Sounds crazy, right? And these adults took this seriously, so they investigated. They went to the other town. They went to the place it said he was buried, and sure enough, they're digging up a skeleton with the marks. He had some marks he was talking about, and they found the axe. So the axe and the skeleton at the same place, just like the kid told him. And then he pointed out the guy because he was still alive, and he got confronted with all these things coming out, and the guy just confessed the whole murder thing. So the guy that was killed was born again and put his murder to jail. Kind of crazy, right? What did that mean at all? Just gave you a couple of seconds there. It just means that we are coming from some place. We are choosing to come to this planet, have a human experience, then we die, or this avatar dies, and the spirit soul just goes back. And then it can choose to come down again. And what does that mean? That means that you really don't die, right? It's just an illusion, because when we come here and we start doing this human game, our minds are everything we know gets wiped out of our brain, our soul. It is in there, but it's our job to kind of put the pieces together to remember who we really are. Okay? And there's a lot of stories like this. Like in the World Trade Center, if you remember the planes that went through the buildings and the buildings crashed together, it was like 5,000 people dying over there. There's many stories of people coming out telling that I was in World Trade. They're like, what? Yeah, I was in that floor, 169. I was in that apartment. I worked with these guys here, and when they checked up the name, they checked up who he worked with floor, and everything was correct. And it was not just one person that said it. It was many. That means they died, but they came back, and they still remembered the past life. Okay? You've probably heard about people saying, I feel like an old soul. I can identify with feeling like an old soul. If you are the same, you know what I mean. If not, it only means that it feels like I have done this life many times. I'm Ricky right now in this life, but I have been other characters in other lives, past lives. And why it feels like that is because it's just kind of a knowing. It's almost like you have this knowledge that you have learned from many lives together, and now you're sitting on all this knowledge because you don't lose the knowledge. You just lose your memory, but then you can reconnect as a human. Some people remember the lives, some people do not. I don't remember my past life, I just have a feeling and a knowing. And I cannot explain it any other way than that. So when we come back to grief, and this is how I look at it, right? There is a place where the soul sits. And I feel like there are many worlds we can go through. And we as a human, we choose like to go to Earth. And Earth is like this school of teaching. We are learning as souls how it is to be a human. This is one of the hardest places to be, hardest places to live, but here we learn the most, because it's when you're getting hurt there's the most learning in that. So things happen, seems like bad things has happened to you, but you're really just in a process of learning. And losing somebody close to you is also a process. You learn all these feelings. So, let's say I have my mama, right? I know that I'm gonna lose my mama one day. And I feel like that will be one of the toughest things for daddy, mommy or daddy. Toughest things to go through, right? Some of us have a good connection with mom and dad, and some of us not. So it's going to be different for every people, but we all have someone that is closest to us that we know it's going to be hard, right? So let's use my mom as an example, right? So I know I'm going to lose her one day, and I also live my life trying not to be attached to anything. I have like a mind that's open to everything, but it's not attached to anything. Not people, not things. And that make you more free as a soul. So just that alone will make it easier, at least for me, not being attached in that way. But let's say the day come that she do pass away. Okay? And with my mindset is that the other place where we come here before we get birth, then we are a human, and we die and we go back to where we came from. That's kind of the idea, right? And it's like the other place is more real than this place. And that's a crazy thought in itself. But if you think about, you are in your bed, you having a dream, right? And in the dream you can dream all kinds of things. You can win the lottery, you can lose somebody, you can cry, you can feel somebody killed you, you can experience a lot of dark things and good things in the dream state, right? And it feels so real. But when you wake up, you're like, ah, it was just a dream. Yes. Or if you win the lottery, you're no. Depends on what you was dreaming, right? But the thing is that you are in another place, it was so real, and then you wake up here, and now this is real. This is more real than the dream, right? But in the dream, it was so real. You know what I mean? So if you take that another step, that this, I feel like it's kind of an illusion, because we are so smart that we can make all these games, right? Just in this reality, now we have the goggles, we have the meta universe, and you can sit at home and you are playing all types of games. When you meet other people, you get married, you go to the moon, you know there's a whole world out there, and you start to live in that world instead of this world. Some of us do that, you know what I mean? So in the reality, we are creating another world, and it doesn't exist, but in the game, it exists. It doesn't make it any more unreal in the game, but you will think about it, it's just a game, it's not real. All right? I would think that we are so advanced that we can make a game like this. It's so real, you're wiping out your everything that you remember, and you come here as avatar and you play this game of being a human, right? So everything is happening down here. It's not really happening, but it doesn't make it any less real. And what I mean by, let's say I go out and I die, I feel like the second I die, I understand everything, and then I'm waking up again. And then I'm gonna say, ah, it was just a game. It was just a dream. The same thing that we are doing now from the dream state. Ah, it was just a dream. You get killed, you wake up, and I was doing that. Yeah, yeah, that's true. And that's why I think the other place is more real than this one. We're like in a dream state, but we're living around here, and it's amazing. You can do all types of things. And that's why I want to bring this in to losing people or losing animals. Because if I think about my mama, that she is going to die from this planet, I'm thinking she's not really dead. She just going over to the other side, and she are there. And if you are open that your loved ones you lose here are still alive on the other side, you even open a door for them to reach out for you with signs and make you feel that you're not alone. And that's a really magical thing. And that's kind of make it so much easier, because then I know, okay, she went on the other side. The day I die, I'm gonna go to the other side. And then I'm gonna meet my mama again. She's not gonna be the mama she was down here, but we're gonna recognize and remember each other, and it's gonna be all love. And maybe we go down again, or maybe we go some other place. Who knows? I think it's endless possibilities on the other side. And that makes it more easier to comprehend it all. Because when they die, of course you need to have like a grief period when you are sad. But if I think about my mama is on the other side looking down at me, and I'm just gonna be laying around crying all day, I might do that for a week, maybe two. I don't know, but I'm not gonna go around for years and be sad every time I think about her. I want to flip the script. Every time I think about her, let's say I usually called her and asked about something. Oh no, I cannot call her. That makes me a little bit sad. But then I flip it, and then I think about all the good conversations we had. I think about all the time she was taking care of me, all the time she was giving me advice, all the things we did when we were on vacation, and honor what we had. You know what I mean? So instead of being sad all the time, but think about it, just flip it over and honor the moments you had together, and just smile at those moments and send her some good thoughts. I love you. I know you're around. And we're gonna meet again. And then you can continue your day and you can smile. Because then losing is not getting that hard. You're even not getting scared to die yourself. Some people are so afraid of dying that they don't even live the life they are being given. If you know that, okay, when I'm not dying, then it's much easier to go out there and live life, take chances, go out of your comfort zone, train yourself, and try to get those good things that life has to offer. Okay? And I want to share with you, I think I want to share with you because I lost this dog, right? And it was really hard. But after he died, he came to visit me. And I want to show you how he came to visit me. He came in another shape. At the time it happened, I didn't understand it in the moment, but the second we separate ways, I understood that the dog that named Spirit was coming there in his spirit through another being. Believe it or not, but it's pretty, I think it's pretty beautiful, and I hope it can make you change how you look at life and maybe look at signs, like small things in life can be like big things for us if we just have our eyes open and are willing to look. So I'm going to show you this video, and I hope you enjoy it. It's pretty personal, but why not? All right. What's up, little buddy? Want to say hi? Come on, bro. Going to fly or something? No, just chilling. Me too, bro. He likes it. Little fella. Okay, so as you can see in this video, I'm on a mountain, right, in Norway. And these, it's not called bees. I just don't know the word, but I'm just calling it a bee, okay? These bees, they are flying around flowers, getting pollinated, and fly around to other flowers, right? That's what they do. There's no reason for this guy to just land on my feet in the top of a mountain while he's working. Make no sense, right? And for me to just pick it up so easily and just have it over my finger, it just felt like he was just hanging. And it was very special because I was alone on this trip. I just went alone on this trip, bare feet, on a mountain. So I was like open to receive. And how I understood that this was the spirit of my dog is the moment he flew away. Because I put down my phone, and when I like pushed so this front screen came up, they come up a picture of my dog, and the time was 14:44. And if you are familiar with angel numbers, that is how they can connect you from the other side with numbers. So 444, It's a very significant number. So I just saw that and I saw the picture behind. I was like, what? And then I went in and I pushed, like, I used the snap to film. And in the snap, there was also a little picture of my dog. Like, in the snap thing. Came up twice and it was 1444. And I just understood at the spot that this was him reaching out to me. And I just broke. I was crying so much because I felt like I have had let this dog down. I'm gonna tell the story in my next video, and how to grieve and how to come through hard times. But I just broke. I sat there for like 5-10 minutes just crying because I understood that he visited me, and I got this feeling that he told me that I should not feel sad or how it happened. He told me it's all good, we're good, don't have to look back and be sad at what's going on, because when you're on the other side you look at things from a whole other perspective. And I wasn't mean to anything, but at the end I wasn't there because I was in a relationship and she kind of took over the dog and I couldn't be there, and that kind of hurt me a lot, because I was thinking I'm a soul that can put myself in other people's shoes or animals. So I was like his daddy. Like, why is daddy not here? Why is not daddy taking care of me? Where's daddy? You know? But he let me know that he forgave me. He understood the circumstances that I was in, and he just let me know that I could release this and just think about him in a good way. So now when I think about him, I get sad when I start, then I switch it over to some good things we had, and then I smile. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope that can help you with if you had lost somebody or losing somebody. Just know that you're not really losing them forever. It's just for a little time. And if you are open, they can contact you. That I have experienced so many times. My grandmother also died. She had elephant was her favorite animal, and after she died, and like elephants just was coming to me left and right, guiding me to go on this trip in another country where there was just more elephants and more. Yeah, it was just signs everywhere, and just knowing that she was there guiding me. So don't think that you lose somebody forever. You really don't. They are there. You can talk to them. That's my experience, at least. So hope this helps you. What do you think? Think I'm crazy? Does it sound like a good way of thinking? Do you feel like it could be like this? In my world, it's 100% like this. So, okay. Well, see you in the next. Enjoy. Peace out.